It is a very sad day in Australia for these things. No longer will you be able to buy them anymore after the publisher announced they won't be printing any new editions for any major Australian capital cities. And while you may think that we've got Google Maps and Apple Maps and Open Street View, it is not the same as flicking through one of these as you sit in your grandpa's car. So what happened? One of my dear mapping friends, who often catalogues all the inaccuracies that he finds in street directories, as you can see now, sent them an email about how they were going with their latest editions, and the lady wrote back with this letter that she dearly regrets that she will be losing her job and we will not be able to buy any new editions of these in any more stores or even online. It's an end of an era, which makes me think, what was your first time ever flicking through a physical street directory? For me, it was when I was younger, sitting in the back of my grandpa's car, and I found one of these under his seat. It was a few years older, and I was fascinated by it. I had seen maps online, obviously, and I stole it. Pretty much stole it. And it took him a while to realize that it was gone when he was looking for it one day, because he still doesn't use maps on his phone. And he was looking for it to go somewhere, and he realized it must have been me, because I like drawing maps. So I gave it back to him, but he replaced it with my very own copy. So we all have our fond memories, and like Jakery here, who is a Twitcher, says this, that he used to love exploring American physical print maps in the back of long journeys, that it is just not the same. It is the feel of the paper. It is going through these massive indexes here and just locating everything. It's the art of learning how to use a map that may be lost for generations to come. So it's sad to see these things disappear from bookshelves and inside cars and under beds. But maybe one day we will find these all in museums. So I kind of feel bad for some of the people in the mapping community who do lots of free work to find all the errors. It's a passion of theirs, and I was thinking maybe we should start an Australian Street Directory Society where people restore street directories, collect them, make sure that they don't fall out of the public zeitgeist, that they're well aware that people can come together to talk about street directories. And I'm sure a lot of you are saying, don't you have better things to do? Do you even have a girlfriend? Or, those sorts of things. But street directories is how I got into all these maps that you see on my wall. Without a street directory and that story from my grandpa, I may be like some punk roaming the streets causing trouble. And street directories are exactly how I learnt about road hierarchy. Without street directories, I wouldn't know the difference between an arterial and a collector road. And this is Sydney's first street directory, published by Gregory's in 1934. So they almost made 100 years, 90 years. And this is one of the earlier Sydney street directories from 1902. This is Redfern. It came complete with maps and lots of advertisements. So while I do love these sorts of atlas maps that you fold up and you spread out over the floor, these are not the same as a street directory. People confuse these. These are not street directories. These are more like road atlases or just city maps. These will forever stay around, but street directories, these are gone. So I just spoke to the lady in the bookstore in the city here, and she said that they sell loads of copies of street directories every year because of the older demographic. They do not like using Google Maps. They find it easier with paper. So she said it was a very sad day and she hadn't heard the news yet, so I broke it to her. Plus I picked up a cool new world map. So rest in peace, Australian street directories. We could always go to Sidways or Melways. Here's an interesting fact that I found. These street directories are notorious for continuing to contain copyright traps, fictitious streets or buildings included for purposes of identifying competitors' products. And this is kind of sad. For this reason, UBD's products cannot be relied on completely for historical research.